Welcome everyone, Slothcakes here to venture towards the odd side of Gundam, and not look at the mechas, weapons, nor characters, but let's highlight the extraterrestrial life. The cases, while few, are real interesting, and when I say alien life, I don't mean humans who broke off from Earth and later came back, like the moon race of Turn A or the Vegans of Age. I mean aliens, as in they do not originate from Earth. So obviously spoilers ahead. I'll leave the series in the timestamp, so be warned. And another spoiler, sadly, no little green Alamau fellows, but anywho, let's get into it. Start this off with Gundam 00, with easily the most well-known aliens in Gundam, since they're the big bad in their own movie, the ELS, ELSE, or Extraterrestrial Living Metal Shapeshifters, from the movie Awakening of the Trailblazer. These guys are alien life coming from outside our solar system. They are silver masses, coming in many shapes and sizes. They're made out of a liquid metal, able to form any shape, and they have the horrifying ability to assimilate anything from organic to technology. The ELSE uses this ability to learn about their environment. The more they assimilate, the more they grow and understand. The ELSE can also form whatever they simulate, from organic life like people and even machines, from vehicles, mobile suits capable for combat like the Jinx, and even working warships. Having no single identity, they all are in sync, following the same objective, and working in unison with each other. The ELSE would be a formidable opponent for humanity, with them throwing everything at them just trying to fend them off. We get attempt after attempt of just trying shit to see if it works. I'm personally a huge fan of the huge mobile armor scene. That thing ruled and definitely takes the cake for the most amount of funnels on something. It put up one hell of a fight, but it's just terrifying seeing the ELSE slam into things like putty, then form this silver crystals, consuming its victim. And when we get a cockpit view, it's not a pleasant experience. Humanity would see the ELSE learn over time, going from straight running at the target assimilating them, to forming counterattacks, mimicking humanity's weapons. These fights would push pilots to their breaking points, fighting waves upon waves of the silver death silly putty. Now, we have to mention the beauty that is the brave commander with Graham Acre as the pilot. The two would steal the show with their battles, easily one of the best mobile suits to come out of Trailblazer. Which is saying something. This movie spawned some beautiful machines. Anyways, this battle would seem like a losing one for humanity. After each attempt, it would fail, with the ELSE getting closer and closer to Earth. At one point, it seemed like it was over. However, it would be thanks to Setsuna, who was able to make dialogue with the ELSE, that they were able to make peace. From every entry on this list, this has to be the one that has the most material, having a movie and all. This is just the surface. There's so much more to talk about that it does deserve its own highlight. And while I would say this with all other entries, I'd recommend watching the source material. Go watch 00, then Awakening the Trailblazer. They are worth it. Moving to early Cosmic Era, Gundam SEED, we have a lot less deadly entry, all starting with a man named George Glenn, humanity's first coordinator, a artificially heightened human. He's a big deal, but for today, we are looking at Cosmic Era 15, where he went on a Jupiter expedition, and 14 years later, Cosmic Era 29, the dude is back, and he brought something. What he recovered in his voyage near Jupiter is the fossil of extraterrestrial life, dubbed the Winged Whale, or Evidence 01, a large whale-like creature with bat-like wings. Now, whales are huge, but this fossil just seemed massive, and pretty damn scary. This discovery changed the world, solid proof that alien life exists. Well, existed. Proof that we are not alone in the stars. Cosmic Era never really touched on aliens again after this, but it would be cool to see one of these guys alive. They are huge, and something about sea life swimming around in space fits and adds another layer of horror. I wonder if they're hostile. Well, it's Gundam, so they probably are. Now we're heading far into UC, to Universal Century 153, to look at the Angel Call, appearing in the manga Gundam Crossbone Ghost. This plays a significant role early on in the plot, so there's a good amount of info. It all started with a Crossbone Vanguard transport that was adrift for 20 years around Jupiter. At some point, it got hit with a meteorite, and there were rocks inside. In these rocks, they found a bacterium that didn't match with any DNA from Earth. They have discovered alien life. It would be given the name The Angel Call by Teneth Dogtai? God, you know Gundam names sometimes. Now, what does this bacteria do? Is it here to serve milk and cookies? Well, no. It's dangerous. Really dangerous. It has a powerful corrosive attribute that can easily melt organic material. When it came into contact with a human, it melted their entire body to goo within a minute, only leaving behind their clothes. Looking at it, yeah, while short, that short time is definitely agonizing. You will die painfully throughout the entire short time you are melting. Early in the manga, the Angel Call would be stolen, which would lead the main cast to chase after it, making up a large arc in the story. It would take them to places like Jaburo, where they see it being used, and yeah, people are just melting one after another. Horrific. Another problem is the Angel Call has no vaccine or cure. Once it starts, it's over. But you can delay the meltiness by submerging in a special liquid, which is what Aaron Schneider had to do when exposed to it. He developed a suit that can keep him in the liquid, keeping him alive. I would imagine, despite being in the liquid, he's still in a tremendous amount of pain. But we're not done yet, no. There is more. The cherry on top is that the Angel Call is hard to destroy. Resistance to the vacuum of space, neurons, and high heat resistance, with the only way of getting rid of it is heating it up to 2000 degrees Celsius. So you gotta glass the damn thing. This would make it an iffy bioweapon. Yes, it will kill everything fast, but once this thing's released, it's gonna be hard to control and stop it if that's even possible. But those later concerns aren't really a problem if you're going for a genocide run. Okay, time for the scariest one. Ready? We're gonna go to the correct century, turn A, to look at a short manga, Wind of the Moon. A simple short story about Lauren's life before going to Earth. Pretty cute overall, it was a nice read. Anywho, we see one of the best Chars, Harry Odd, doing some investigation on a secret mission, where he runs into a cult trying to activate a transfer gate. These are portals used when humanity left to colonize the galaxy. You know, really cool shit we don't get info about. Harry was surprised there was one on the moon, and it looked like the cult was trying to activate it, believing their god is on the other side. You know, usual cult shenanigans. So Harry tries to stop it. Cool fight scene aside, Harry was outnumbered and failed. So the portal opened, and out came... Holy shit, what is this thing? So it's got this long body thing? These are stalks with eyes attached to it. It has a mouth with lips and teeth. Alright, cool. At the end we see an ear, and is that a brain? What the hell is this thing? Thankfully, with the help of Lauren, they were able to banish this abomination from where it came by throwing its ass back into the portal and turning it off. Problem solved, cool. But, for real, what was that thing? What happened in the other side of that gate that this was there when it opened? It raises so many questions. We don't get a name, this thing didn't speak. It didn't really actually do much, besides bite someone's head off, but god, this thing's horrifying. We get a weird shot, what looks like a rundown space station, that just gives us more questions. But it does give us one answer, that in the correct century, we are not alone in the stars. And somewhere out there, there is a really weird entity waiting. Whatever it is, be organic, man-made, it's gone, but it may come back, and hopefully it's not mobile suit proof. Let's end it with a more overlooked one. Going to Gundam Build Divers Rerise, we have an interesting case. The Build Divers would use the Gundam Battle Nexus to send their avatars and gunplas to missions. A simple game concept. There's a hub area, the team is formed, then they're sent to the level. Cool. But we get hit with a mid-season plot twist. The cast fails to stop a massive cannon hidden in a moon, and it blasts Eldora, a planet filled with furry NPCs. A city gets nuked, mission failed, game over. But odd things start to happen in the real world. The battle nexus goes down, and many communication problems happen around the world. The cause? Well, experts theorize that a hyperspatial discharge of unknown antiparticles generated by cosmic scale supergravity and ultra-high pressure, originating from a planet 30 light-years away, called 1G1202c. The cast starts to realize that it's not a game they're playing. Yeah, they're playing as avatars and using giant versions of their gunpla, but they're not in a simulation. When deployed in a mission, they are materialized onto a real planet, Eldora, fighting an actual war. The NPCs are actually aliens, the inhabitants of that planet. Bipedal furry creatures. Didn't think gunpla would hit you with furries, did ya? Try and try, they are everywhere. This would be the least threatening living entry on this list. Well, depends who you ask, it is a planet full of furries. It's also the most humanoid aliens in Gundam. So, while only a few cases within Gundam, it's always interesting when they delve into alien life. And again, I'm not talking about the moon race from Turn A or the Vegans from Age. Humans that been cut away from humanity and later reappeared. I'm talking about some otherworldly shit. And while we still haven't gotten like little green fellas, I'd love to see Gundam take on aliens again, and make them their antagonists, or be involved in the plot, cause who doesn't want to see humanity use mechs to fend off an alien invasion? Anywho, that's that for today. I do believe I got everything. Well, we could count that one time the Ideon showed up, but that's enough for today. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks for those who support the channel. It is much appreciated. While I don't think aliens will be the front and center in Gundam, it's nice that they get referenced here and there. Cause hell, who doesn't like seeing giant robots fight aliens? Anyways, take care, have a good one, and hope to see you next time.